About to start. It's already recording. Oh, it's right in my crotch. What do you need?
Just anything. It's a very nice setting.
Like a root beer? At least it wasn't live. Man, sometimes you get through the middle of the week and you're just like... Meat Nation, welcome. I'm gonna keep it really brief today, but we're gonna have a good time drinking bourbon, which is, what you should probably do most of the time. If you're new to the channel, stoked to have you. The stoke level is high. If you end up liking this video, just get down, like the video, the standard YouTube number, like the video, subscribe, bell notification, because that's gonna help share my videos with other peeps, which is rad. Appreciate that. Then also feel free to leave comments below. Tell me what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, so on and so forth. I can take it. All right, let's get into it. Today we're gonna pop a bottle, specifically this bottle. This is Bulleit Blenders Select. This is new 2020 whiskey. First I got a little palate calibrator. Just get some whiskey in the system. Make my palate a little more adjusted for when we crack a fresh bottle here. Super cash vid today. I'm not really breaking anything down, but I thought anytime I popped a new bottle, we might just do a video about it. Call it a bottle pop. Similar to desk pop from the other guys, which that's a classic Will Ferrell scene when he does the desk pop. You should check that out. This is a bottle pop, and it's at a bar, not a desk. I went with Pikesville for my palate calibrator because it's a rye, and Bulleit tends to be higher rye. In this particular batch, I expect to be a little bit spicy. I have not had it, not once. I've heard it was great. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of spicy, and I'm assuming they use a higher rye mash bill because they source a lot of their whiskey from Four Roses. Apparently now they're doing some of their own distilling, but because this is 9 years old, there's no way it's their own stuff. It's got to be a blend of Four Roses recipes. They say there's 3 recipes that go into this particular whiskey, and so I wish they would tell us what Four Roses recipes they are, but whatever. This limited small batch bottling was personally led by Ebony, who created this first ever select mingling, highlighting 3 of our 10 distillates. Sound familiar? Well, it sounds like Four Roses. Notes of vanilla bean, honey, dried fruit, and toasted oak lead to a smooth, balanced finish with a linger. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, you don't care. It's supposed to be really good. Fred Minnick says this is pretty good. Generally, I actually find that my desired taste profiles match Fred's. I find his videos a little hard to watch, though. He's funny. Fred's been known to get some flack because, he's well respected in the whiskey community, and when people hear he likes something, they tend to buy all of it. We can't just hate on him, though. I mean, we're the ones who buy the whiskey, so it's like don't hate the player, hate the game kind of a dealio. All right, Pikesville done. Let's do this thing. Take this off. Crap. I hate, the wraps. I mean, I get it. You gotta, safety and everything, but they're always a little hard to finagle. All right. Get my microphone close to this so you can hear it. Oh, that was kind of weak. I mean, oh, shoot. It never sucks, the sound of popping a fresh bottle. Never sucks. But that one was less awesome than others. I always love opening a fresh bottle of bourbon. So much potential. I mean, bottle's still clean. It doesn't have my greasy fingerprints all over it. I do love the Bulleit bottles too. This is just really cool. It's a cool brand. I'm not the biggest fan of the Bulleit company under Diageo, which I did talk about a few videos ago. Sort of a checkered past there with Tom Bulleit and with some of their transparency, but they've got some good whiskey. I like the Bulleit 10 a lot. As I mentioned, 9-year, 4 Roses blended, which apparently their blender Ebony is supposed to be pretty fantastic. So I'm eager to taste this. While you wait for me to taste it and tell you whether or not I like it, I do find the concept of blending bourbons super interesting. And I plan to do a video in the near future that's just all about blending at home, because you can take some of your whiskeys, which you're like, it's okay, it's got a strong this note or a strong that note, and you can blend it with other whiskeys that have strong other notes and make pretty rad blends that are really well balanced and pretty dope. So it's a pretty trill experience to blend your own whiskey, and it's pretty awesome if you can go and get amazing bourbons that have been pre-blended for you by people who know what they're doing. Hence, Bulleit Blenders Select. Unfortunately, this is not available in all markets. I had a friend pick it up for me on his way through Kentucky. I did technically buy it vicariously. Aaron, thank you. Other notable blended bourbons, something like a Booker's, which is a large batch of a bunch of different barrels put together to make something with a pretty defined taste profile. And that takes some skill, because no 2 barrels of bourbon taste alike. Some of them taste dang different. Like Heaven Hill's crazy because they've got 4 or 5 different bourbon brands, all with the same mash bill. So that's just variations from barrel to barrel. Same stuff going in to American White Oak, but they're able to develop 5 different bourbon brands out of that all taste different. That's crazy. So to, go through your barrels, taste little bits of them, and then decide how to mix full barrels together to have it taste great, that just takes a decent amount of skill. So Booker's is a prime example of that kind of blending. And then barrel bourbon, barrel craft spirits, their whole shtick is small batch blending, similar to that. So I've tried a couple different barrel bourbon batches, and they were really good. So, I'll tell you if I recommend this, but I certainly recommend trying some barrel products, and I definitely like Booker's when it comes to Jim Beam. So, even as I sip this, I want you to look at this. Similar to most bourbons, you take a look at it, and it has a very bourbon color. I always like that in a bourbon. It smells good. It smells really good. And tastes really good. It's 100 proof, so it's not gonna knock your socks off. It's not the most robust flavor in the whole wide world. To me, it's actually pretty comparable to older Bulleit 10-year I had, one that was from 5 years ago. Doesn't have quite as much oak influence as that one did. It is pretty spicy, but it's creamy. Sweet, creamy, and spicy, all in one. Pretty much everything you want in a bourbon. Doesn't blow me away, but it's really good. And for the $55 I think I paid for it, definitely worth it. Like I said, limited distribution, so you can't get it anywhere. So if you have the opportunity to get Bulleit Blenders Select, I think I'm a buy. It's a cool story. Blended 4 Roses, 100 proof, 9 years, $55. Yeah, it's one of those that ain't gonna hurt to get it. You probably will like it just fine. While I'm down here, I think I'm gonna try it in a different glass too. That's a game changer for me sometimes. I get the Glencairn. I understand why you're supposed to use it, the scents and aromas and whatnot. But to me, I just things can fall, or things can come across really sharp on my tongue from the Glencairn. It's almost like I get more alcohol when I drink out of one of these guys versus when I drink out of something with a fat mouth. If you have a fat mouth, don't be ashamed. You have purpose. Some prefer that. I feel like this is the way that bourbon's meant to be drunk, too. This may be the way Scotch is meant to be drunk because it's like 80 proof. But bourbon feels like it should be held in your hand, dang it. Yeah, it tastes about the same actually. In this particular go around. But again, really, really solid. Don't sleep on Bulleit products, man. Bulleit 10 and this Bulleit Blender Select, pretty good stuff. Also, you know, I heard kind of mixed reviews on the Bulleit 12-year rye that came out last year, but I thought it was solid. Like, that was an interesting pour. I've not tasted a lot of things like that, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Maybe I'm too easy to please. Maybe I'm not critical enough, but we'll leave that to the guys wearing ascots. Thanks for having a drink with me. I appreciate. Don't forget to check back with me Monday as I drop a longer video about Elijah Craig and all that Heaven Hill has been up to underneath that brand. Pretty cool. Then on Tuesday, December 8th at 8 o'clock Central Time, go over to the Bourbon Junkies channel if you like those guys. They do a live stream every Tuesday, and I'm going to be on it, and it'll be good times. So check that out. Just a reminder to like the video and subscribe, and I will catch you on Monday. Remember to keep it neat.